Hi there, I'm Raya from the COVID Recovery Initiative, and today I wanted to talk to you again about pacing. Now, I know you've probably seen many videos of mine that talks about pacing, and hopefully you will understand that that is a very huge fundamental component to managing all forms of health, really. But today I wanted to talk about the concept of why pacing can be so hard, okay? So I suppose one of the biggest things that we need to look at in regard to this is that yes, pacing is hard. Pacing is probably one of the hardest things that we will go through in regard to our recovery because it dictates how we're feeling. If we're pacing, we're minimizing symptoms. If we're not pacing, then we're booming and busting and probably not feeling too fabulous. But it more so goes into, it really changes how we go about things, and it really challenges us in how we should or shouldn't be doing things, and it makes us think about things a little bit more and in a way that we probably never have in the past. So the biggest fundament of pacing is being able to identify how much you should be doing, how much is within your baseline or your capacity at the moment versus how much is too much. Now, why this is really, really difficult is we're, for the most part, probably fumbling our way through it. We don't really know where our capacity is and we're trying to find it. And in trying to find it means that we're probably doing too much and then feeling awful. Then we're probably doing too little, feeling a bit better, and then doing too much again. So we can get really stuck in a vicious cycle as well. But what is really important to remember is that we've probably never really paced before either. And this is something that's really big. We need to talk about this. We can't go from doing life the way that we always have to experiencing illness to then absolutely nailing pacing. It's unfortunately not how it works. And where I work, I'm actually labelled as the queen of pacing. I'm sure you can wonder. I'm sure you're not wondering why. But it took me years and years to develop my platform of pacing. Now, I'm not going to tell you that it's going to take years. I definitely don't think it does. For some, definitely. And for those who have been in illness for quite a while, then certainly so. But for those who have gone through their COVID journey and sort of tracking okay, but not great, but trying to figure out what they can and cannot do, that's where pacing is really, really important. And that's the kind of pacing that I'm talking about today. So what people forget is that they think that pacing is textbook. They think they just need to apply it in the way that they should and smooth sailing. But with pacing, we have to take into account our circumstances, so what's going on around us, our have-tos, our life stuff, our needs, the things we want to do, but also our personality. And this is a big, big oversight for a lot of people. If you're a type A personality, if you're a list person, if you're a doer, if you're an achiever, if you action things, you get them done and then see how you're feeling, then pacing is going to be a very, very foreign concept. And it's really important that we acknowledge that pacing for type A personalities is not going to be easy. And that's exactly why it took me a little while. And by no means am I saying it'll take you as long as it took me, but I think it's really important that we start looking at how we can pace for our circumstances, for our personality, and for the situation that's going on right now. And you will have seen one of my videos that pacing is a process. It's not an outcome. We don't nail pacing and go, here's our platform, this is exactly what we're doing all day, every day. Unfortunately, that's not realistic. So pacing is a process, and actually the concept of trying to pace is probably what you should be aiming for. And that rightly will then lead to you pacing. So my biggest reminder is that pacing is not easy, unfortunately so. It is 100% worth it. You should be pacing. It is one of the most forward ways of navigating yourself out of illness. Okay, so that is to say we're definitely on a roller coaster. There's definitely a lot going on, but pacing means that we're probably going as straightforward as we can possibly go, which means things are as close to linear and straightforward as they can be. Now, we know that things are emergent, like Melbourne weather. I thought today was going to be hot and I'm in fluffy socks because my feet are cold because it's not that warm yet. So we've got to keep in mind that pacing will look different day to day because it's extremely emergent. It will be based on how you're feeling, what's going on, what commitments you've had today, this week, yesterday, etc. So my reminder to you is that pacing is a process. Pacing is not easy. It's okay that you're finding it challenging, but make sure that you're setting up that you're doing it in a way that suits you as best as possible. Now, if you have any questions, I am the queen of pacing. Reach out to the COVID Recovery Initiative. That is exactly what we're here for. We want to help people navigate their way back to wellness. So navigating your way from illness to wellness. We are here. If you have any questions, do please reach out. Or if you know someone who needs this reminder, then share this video as a little gentle nudge to say, hey, pacing's not easy, but you're getting there and you will get there, and it's a process that happens over time. Bye.